Namaste, namaste.
Good morning and good day.
Good morning. Yes.
Namaste, Guruji. Good morning, everyone.
Yes.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Namaste, sir.
Yes, namaste. So, namaste, my dear masters, my dear friends, my dear guards. Namaste. Welcome to this today's session. My sincere pranams to my beloved Guruji, Brahmarshi Patriji. Yes, friends. So, Mahavatar Foundation is conducting this 21 days holistic wellness program, batch 3. And these are the schedules of the day. And today is day 12. Friends, we are going through the day 12 topics. One of the most important, powerful spiritual concept, the law of karma. The holistic lifestyle, part of that we will see what is spiritual farming, how does it help the humanity in the current times. And we also try to learn about Surabhi Mudra, part of Mudra therapy, and final question and answers. Yes. So let's start the law of karma. This is today's our spiritual concept. Friends, before going to the subject, the spiritual concept of law of karma, we try to understand why it is necessary, why we need to learn this law of karma in our day-to-day life or the physical life. So friends, when we understand the overall perspective, the whole creation, as we discussed, the creation happened in the two ways. One is Purusha, one is Prakriti. The Prakriti is the entire nature kingdom is part of the Prakriti. As we already discussed, the animal kingdom, animal kingdom, plant kingdom, bird kingdom, and the mineral kingdom. These four is part of the nature kingdom. We call it as a nature kingdom. We call it as a Prakriti. That is one of the creation done by the Supreme Intelligence, Paramatma. The other creation is human kingdom. That is human beings. Falls under that category. So now, when this has been created, there is also something called, one is free will. That is, free will means what we will, we can do. So that free will exists everywhere, my dear friends. So only thing is, the free will is not existing, the kind of free will which is not existing in the nature kingdom. What the nature kingdom always does is, it follows some basic rules of the nature. Whatever the mother nature, whatever the supreme intelligence has created, all the nature kingdom with a set of rules, that's called basic instinct. They all go with the basic instinct, my dear friends. They never try to decide, choose, and perform. All that they do is just they follow the nature. The plants, especially you observe the plants, all the minerals. The mineral is created, mineral will be existing as it is. So as the human being trying to use it now and then, otherwise. So of course it has also got a small growth, very minute growth is there. The growth will happen in the minerals as such. So, but it's very, very minute growth. Of course, as I discussed and I told very clearly, even the nature kingdom, animal kingdom, human kingdom, everything has got one thing is, that is soul consciousness, which is pervading everywhere, my dear friends, which is existing throughout the cosmos. Is always there, right from the smallest particle to the biggest object in the cosmos. Also is a part of the soul consciousness, or you can say cosmic energy, my dear friends. So now, by understanding that, there is something called basic instinct in the nature kingdom. You don't have the free will. Try to understand this. So when there is a basic instinct, what happens is, the mineral kingdom is having smallest growth. That means what I told is, it's also growing internally, slowly. The slow evolution starts happening in that also. It is very much there. But what it does is, it follows the nature rules. It doesn't decide anything on its own. So that is that's called basic instinct, my dear friends. The basic instinct with the mineral kingdom, with the plant kingdom. What does the plant kingdom does? It prepares the food by taking sun energy, by taking water, by taking the nutrients from the earth. What it does is, it prepares the food. So using the photosynthesis, that's what it can do. That's that's the maximum thing it can do by itself. And it provides the food for animal kingdom, bird kingdom, and the human kingdom. So that is its job. So that is the way that is the kind of task is given by supreme intelligence to the plant kingdom. So that's what it can do. It cannot do anything more than that because it doesn't have any specific, the kind of free will is not there. It goes only with it follows the basic instinct, basic rules of the nature. So that's how similarly, if you observe the animal, what animal maximum it can do is it take the food from the plant kingdom. It tries to give the birth to it participate in the reproduction mechanism, and also it tries to take care of her own children, and it sleeps, eat, and these are the basic things it can do. It will not do beyond that. Of course, the plant kingdom also got mind, that is consciousness. We call mind in the higher level, in higher term, what we call it as consciousness, friends. So as we discussed very thoroughly, even the plants has got its own consciousness. It can be communicated. Basically, it has got its own mind, or it's a consciousness, we can say, with which we always can communicate to the plant also. So the same way, animal kingdom has got little improved consciousness, the little elevated consciousness, wherein it has got its own feelings, emotions, and the kind of experiences. It always creates itself, right? So it tries to take care of our children. It tries to do some kind of a small work, or it can walk to somewhere to get to procure the food for herself or her children also. Likewise, the birds and animals, everything act like that. Okay, so that is where you also can find only basic instinct. There's no kind of a free will there. So it doesn't have the improved mind like a human being. It has got mind which is limited. So which has got limited to the basic instinct, and which is gifted by the nature to the animal kingdom or a bird kingdom, friends. So that's how they are going through their own life of experience, life journey. So all the animal kingdom and bird kingdom. Now here also one thing is missing, that is free will. Free will is not gifted by the nature. Free will means what? It can when the free will is there, of course they will have some kind of a mind, which has got some intelligence, some the scope for creation. All this will happen. So that is not existing part of the animal kingdom, even the bird kingdom. It will go with the only basic thing. It cannot create anything new. It cannot do on its own something new work, something to get into the different kind of a work and all these things. It cannot be done by animal kingdom and the bird kingdom. So that means it doesn't have the free will, of course, right? So likewise, if you try to see all this nature kingdom, friends, so there is no question of when there is no free will, they can't do the new karmas, or basic karmas they do, but they can't do the any other karmas, extra karmas other than the basic karmas. So that's when they don't get into the law of karma, friends. So try to remember this point. So the entire nature kingdom doesn't fall under the law of karma. That is the point which you need to note down. So what is the law of karma? Here, of course, the law of karma, we go in detailed manner, but in the basic sense, what happens is when you do karma, or karma means like a karma is in a deed or action. Of course, it is embedded with the result also. So karma is nothing but a deed or action associated with a particular result. So that is called the karma. Okay. So when you do any kind of karma, when you perform any kind of karma, so it follows certain rules, friends. So it follows certain rules. So that's what we are going to study in detail. But this law of karma is not applicable to the entire nature kingdom. That means minerals and animals, birds, plants. So for all these four things, this law of karma is no applicable because it doesn't have the free will. So try to make this point noted. So now when you come to the human kingdom, we need to understand this law of karma thoroughly, friends. So why do we need to understand? So because the law of karma is going to decide your current life and your future lives. So the format of current life, the status of current life is entirely depending upon this law of karma. Whatever we are leading on this earth planet, whether we are so happy, so rich, or I have a disease, the great disease, a dreadful disease I'm undergoing, and I'm suffering because of many of the financial issues, many of the family issues. All these are happening with us on the earth planet. Everybody is suffering with one or other reason. So entirely depends upon this particular the karma. That means especially so with the karma, whatever the karmas you performed in the past lives, right? you performed in the past lives, and the current of the kind of karmas which you are doing in the current life. So all depends upon that. So the status of our current life is there, which is decided, which is presented to us by nature. At the same time, so the future lives, how you are going to mold, how you are going to get, your future life, that also depends upon the karmas of the current life. The present life is decided by the past karmas, the past life karmas, the present life status, and the next life which you are going to get it, which you are going to design ourselves. So that is going to be depending upon the current life karmas, my dear friends. When such is the importance of these karmas, the karma, to know about karma, to know how to perform the karma, and the in and out of all this karma need to be understood by human being, by every one of us. As a meditator, especially when you understand this, of course, you can mold your life in such a great way, and you can lead joyful life now. You can lead the joyful life in the next lives also. So that is why it's so important to understand in a complete description of this karma. So that's going to be provided by one thing called the law of karma. The law of karma exists always, throughout this life and next lives. How many of number of lives you take on this earth planet to the physical planet, definitely this law of karma is always applicable in every lifetime, my dear friends. So that's why it's so important to understand this law of karma. Right. So that means the law of karma is going to cause the law of reincarnation. Basically, the law of karma decides the kind of a reincarnation again and again, coming back to on the earth planet. Friends, if the law of karma certainly properly followed by any particular person or a particular human being, what will happen is you can come out of the cycle of birth and death on the earth planet. What is most certain on this earth planet is that is death and birth. Both are certain, my dear friends. You can't escape. Definitely, you need to go through the cycle of birth and death. Without that, you can't come to the earth planet at all. Why do we need to come to earth planet? I told many times, right? So I repeated many times. So we need to learn something new. We need to pay back all our past karmas. Whatever we did in the past life, the karmas, the results of that we need to experience in the current life. So for that also we need to come back. That's called paying back. That means the karma debt, whatever we had, so we have to pay back that. So we need a physical body. We need to come here. And with this physical body, you also, of course, you can learn many things, many arts, many qualities. I said about the Arishad Vargas. Arishad Vargas are the part of the inner, the six enemies of our mind, the six inner qualities of our, the bad gunas of our soul. So all to be corrected. You have to come back to the earth. There is no other place to correct them. There is no other place to win over all these Arishad Vargas. That is why we come here. We come here in order to learn and test ourselves, in order to pay back our past life karmas, and also in order to achieve the great karmas, friends. In order to achieve great karmas, in order to help the entire humanity also, you need to come to the only earth planet. You can't sit in the other plane. You can't sit in the higher worlds and help the humanity. So you have to come physically. That's why we found Adi Shankaracharya, Lord Buddha, Mahavira, Osho Rajneesh. All the great masters came to the earth planet. The reason, only one thing is, they descended to the earth planet in order to help the humanity, though they are enlightened masters in their own previous lives. But the current life, when they have taken on the earth planet, as a Osho Rajneesh, as a Lord Buddha, why he came all the way to the earth planet is in order to help the entire humanity. Whenever the humanity is going through the tough times, a lot of adharma is happening. There is no dharma in the on the earth planet. The humanity is suffering too much. Then what will happen? The great masters, they will avatar. They are called avataras. So they're avatars. So they come and they descend to the earth planet. They try to teach the humanity. They try to correct the mechanism, all the thing what's happening on that. Then they leave. They do their work and then they depart. So that's how it happens, friends. That is why the law of karma is so important to understand. So why do we take in ringa? Why do we come here and all the time coming here and going back? So why do we reincarnate again and again? So in order to understand the complete purview of this reincarnation and the effects of every incarnation what we take here, and the effects of these deeds what we do on the earth planet, in order to understand completely in a 100%, the complete view of that. So we need to understand this law of karma in a step-by-step manner. Let's understand today. So what is the excellence before going to the law of karma, friends? So what is excellence, right? So excellence means achieving the perfectness in every work, in every thinking, every talking, whatever you do. That's called manasa, vacha, karmana. So whatever you do, these three things, right? Talking and doing the activities, or talking and even thinking. So all these three activities, in these three acts, they are called acts actually. They are called, of course, these are all deeds also. We call them as a deeds also. So karmas, we call it as a karmas. The karma will happen in three forms, friends. One is in talking, one is in thinking, one is in doing physically. So these three are termed as a karmas. Okay. So now when we do these three things, we need to get an excellence. We need to get the purity out of all these things. So how do we get that? So of course we need to make a practice. So we need to get more and more into practice of especially our own yoga sadhana. Will bring the lot of perfection. When you understand, of course, the law of karma and its effects and everything, then of course you will be able to get this excellence into your own life. Okay, you can bring this excellence into your own life. That is why there is one statement you need to understand: yoga ha karmasu kausalyam. So that means the yoga. So yoga will bring all your for karmas, or for all whatever the karmas you perform on this earth planet. It brings the perfection. That's called kausalyam. The kausalyam will come to for every work, for every act you do. So act means a karma. So deed, whatever you do on this earth planet, the perfection or the purity or the excellence will be brought to that particular things by doing yoga. That means by practicing our own meditation sadhana, friends. So now, let's understand what are the karmic compulsions on this earth planet. So try to understand. There is always a compulsion on this earth planet, friends. When you take a physical body, you came to that planet, you have to do some work, you got to do something here. So you cannot sit idle. Okay. So that means, so always try to understand, doing something is superior than doing nothing on this earth planet. If you don't do anything, you can't learn anything. So that's what I told. So when you have physical body, when you are performing certain task, like one task or other task, one work or other work, either you as a student, you'll be doing something, as a professor, or a doctor, or an engineer, or a business person, whatever you may be doing it. What will happen is, in the process of doing something, you will try to learn something. Of course, you will try to commit some mistakes. Okay, that's when what happens is the bad karmas are created. It's always necessary in order to do something here. In order to sitting idle is not permissible on this earth planet. Okay, if you are sitting idle, so it is not going to be any learning for your soul evolution, friends. What will happen is, see, the soul need to evolve from the infant state, the infant stage, to the infinite soul, as infinite soul, in order to grow from the lowest stage to the highest stage. What it needs is, it has to the, as a soul, we came to the earth planet as a physical being, as a human being, we need to perform some task. Being idle is not allowed here, is not permissible on this earth planet. So then only you can achieve something, you can learn something. Of course, while doing of these things, of course, we also create some kind of a negative karmas. Okay, it doesn't matter. So we can also come out of these negative karmas by understanding law of karma. So we can easily come out of them, but do something here instead of being idle. So that's called karmic compulsion, my dear friends. So now, when you are doing any karma, what is going to happen, in order to understand the effect of karma. That means there is a karma means action. If you do some action, what will happen is, there is going to be a result. So the result can be the positive or negative or neutral. For example, so if you do some good work, right, so you will get a good results. For example, I study like a student, right, he study well, is a particular mathematics or a science, then what will happen, you get very good results, right, you will get good marks. That's it. That is like this. So there's a good karma. So that means good activity he has done, the good results he has got. Suppose if he doesn't study and if he neglect his own studies, so what will happen is, he doesn't do good work, good deed, then you will get the bad results. So that's how it happens. Sometimes even you do good karma, you will not get the result in the physical aspect, the physical quantity or whatever, but you get appreciation, you get the reward by doing good work. For example, you have done a good social work, then what will happen? Everybody will appreciate you. So that's also kind of a result, friends. It's called reward. So rewarding. So likewise, what will happen is, so to understand this, what kind of karma you do, what kind of result you get, and what is there the kind of a relationship between this karma and the result. So which always, we try to understand the law of karma in detail, then we'll be able to understand this. So that's why the law of karma is also called law of causation. The law of causation is all nothing but law of karma. There is a cause and there is effect, my friends. So there is a karana, there is a karya. There is a cause, there is an effect. So these cause and effect both are not separatable. So they're actually one and the same. So that's why we call the karma is equal to cause plus effect. So always we try to think that, first of all, many of the people, they think that karma means in a negative sense. Though karma means negative sense, like, I got this karma, so my karma, it is something happened like this. No, it is not that. The karma means karma is equal to cause plus effect. That means deed plus result. The act plus result is equal to karma. Try to understand this. Okay. So let's understand. So there's a cause, there is effect. That is called law of karma. So you need to understand this very clearly. So that's how we try to go into the depth of this understanding. What is the cause? What is the effect? How it is going to be manifested? We'll try to understand this more and more, friends. So then when we'll understand what is the basic doctrine of a karma. So we try to understand with one statement quoted by Jesus Christ. That is, as you sow, so shall you reap. So that's what the great statement coined by the Jesus Christ. It means, so you sow some plant, particular seed into the earth planet. So then you get that particular tree. So the plant. So corresponding plant will come. That means you sow the mango seed, then you will get the mango tree. If you sow the guava seed, then you will get the guava tree. So there is no question of sowing one seed, getting another tree, friends. So likewise, you need to understand in that perspective, similarly to our physical life, when you make it applicable, what will happen is, so if you plant the good deed, then you get the good results. If you plant the bad deed, you'll get the bad results, friends. So this is very simple to understand, and that is why, so this is called the doctrine of the karma. So friends, so what will happen is, in the course of getting these bad results, good results, we all suffer. So what will happen is, first of all, the physical body is taken. So I told in a detailed way, the power of intent happened in the higher lives, higher worlds. By our own soul consciousness, we took the power of intent. What is the power of intent? I have to come back to the earth planet. I need to learn. I need to grow with my own soul consciousness. I want to grow further. That is the basic aim of the every birth, my dear friends. Whatever the birth you take on the earth planet, for every soul concept, for every soul, individual soul, like as an individual soul, you take the human form on the earth planet. The basic aim is you want to grow. You want to evolve in your own soul consciousness. The level of consciousness what we have, we want to evolve from life to life, birth to birth. We want to evolve. Then what will happen? How do you evolve? So unless you learn how to win over these Arised Vargas, you can't definitely evolve. Your soul consciousness cannot evolve it. So in order to evolve, you have to win over all these Arised Vargas. So how do you understand the kind of all the Arised Vargas? How do you win over them? By doing certain tasks on the earth planet. Then what will happen if you do some task? For example, you become a business person, right? Because of your own soul plan, your own the blueprint which is designed in the higher worlds. You became a human being on the earth planet, and then in the course of in the course of the growth on your physical body, you became a business person on the earth planet. Then what you do? You conduct your own business, like means you give job to other people, and all this will happen. While doing this, what will happen? You try to do some negative things, or you try to do some karmas, the bad karma. You may be grabbing money of others, or because of your own gain, you want to cheat others. So all this will have various combination permutations will be there, friends. So this will happen definitely in everybody's life, one or other time. Sometimes a compulsion will be there, sometimes urgency, sometimes compulsion, sometimes requirement. So with so many things, what will happen? Because you don't have proper wisdom, you always try to do all these negative karmas. So when you try to do negative karmas, then what will happen is the result will come. So because of the result, then what will happen? One of the outside work, like anger will increase, or kind of a jealousy will start. Suppose, for example, you are one business person, you are one particular businessman, the other businessman competitor will be there for you. Then you want to compete with him, you want to go beyond him. So then sometimes what happens? You try to damage it. You try to do some kind of a negative thing to him, towards other person, in order to grow your business. Then that is going to create some kind of a negative karma for you. So that's how what happened, the jealousy will start. So all these arrested vargas will be playing in part of your life all the time. Everybody's life, friends. In one or other manner, the kind of profession what you are into doesn't matter. Always these arrested vargas will be playing all the time in the lifetime. So then what will happen? In order to win over them, so of course you can't sit idle here. You in all the lifetime you will keep learning. So then what will happen in this lifetime? You got this kind of attitude, or kind of the kind of a negative karma you did. So slowly in the same lifetime, slowly after a 10 years, 15 years, you try to understand, oh, what I've done is wrong. So I could have not done this. So I have done this. So that's why I'm suffering. Then because of your own realization, what happened, or otherwise you started coming to this kind of classes, you heard about law of karma, then you slowly come out of these things. In the same lifetime, friends, you will definitely try to come out of the jealousy character. So it means what? By performing your own deed, you have done some negative karma. Because of that, you experience some negative result. Then slowly with your own realization, you're also coming out of that particular attitude or particular arset varga. That is jealousy. You came out of that. That means what happened? So now by doing something, by doing some activity or some karma, you are able to achieve that. You are able to come out of this jealousy. Otherwise, you could have not come out of it. That is why for the soul, what happens is it has to perform certain task or certain karma on this earth planet without that's a karmic compulsion, my dear friend. It's called karmic compulsion. You must do something on this earth planet in order your own soul growth, your own soul evolution from one stage to other stage. So okay, let's understand this karma. There are some kind of a karmic division, my dear friends. What are the karmic divisions? So there are karma. The current karmas are past or accumulated karmas. Current and past life karmas accumulated for a long period without any results. The friends. So if you try to understand what are the karmic basic, these are the basic division of karmas. So one thing is current karmas. For example, what happened? I go to one shop. Then what will happen? I pay money and take some goods for that. Okay. So I pay money, then I take goods. So it means there is a karma happening here. So I paying money and then getting result. So that is paying money is a one particular karma or a deed, then getting back some result that is in the form of goods. That's a current karmas. Or past or accumulated karmas, what will happen is suppose a student has written examination in the some 1 month back, then result is going to come later, right? The results are going to be announced later. So that means you do some karma in the past, then what will happen? The result will come the later. So at the same way, current and past life karmas accumulated, friends. So what will happen is you could have performed some karmas in the past life, so not the current life. So in the past lives you could have done some karmas. Then what will happen? Those karmas results will come in this life. Okay, so they are called prarabdha karmas. Whatever you are experiencing today, they are called prarabdha karmas, but these will come from the past life. So these particular type of karmas are called current and past life karmas accumulated, friends. So now the same way, so let's understand these karmas in the type of karmas we try to understand some more. So there are good karmas, bad karmas, and mixed karmas. So this is another way of classification. So I already explained you. If you do good karma, you get a good result. That means you do the good deed, then you get the good result. If you do the bad karma, bad deed you do, the bad results will come. What is the mixed karma, friends? So try to understand. That means the good karma, part of good karma, what are the things comes? For example, without expectation, of course. Many of the people, what they do is they do good karmas, but with the expectation they do. Then there is no proper result as per law of karma, friends. So there is no result to it, and you won't get any kind of a benefit of this karma, the kind of karma what you do. That's why that means good karma you do always without expectation. So that is the mandatory thing as per law of karma that we'll discuss in the later part of this session. But so what are the good karmas? So helping some orphan, like in orphanage, like donating the food, or helping other person who doesn't know something. You are teaching him, or you're paying some money, so you have excess money, you are sharing your money with other people. So likewise, so what will happen is here, so these are all falling under the category of good karmas. You are doing something good to other being, or maybe you are giving the food for the animal, for example a dog or a cat, or a hen. You are giving food, and it is taking you are supplying the physical food to her. So that is also one of the good karma. So likewise, good karmas, there are many good karmas you can do. What are the bad karmas? So you are hurting other body, other person, or you are trying to kill the other animal for the sake of taste of your tongue. So all these are coming under a bad karmas. You also get the equal bad results, friends. The bad results may be this life or next life, doesn't matter. So that we'll discuss later. But they say this is called bad karma. What are the mixed karmas? For example, mixed karmas means, so what will happen is, so most of the politicians and all, if you observe, what they do is they try acting, doing good thing to the society, but at the same time, what happens, other side, they'll be doing bad thing. For example, they take a lot of bribes, they earn money in the illegal way, and the same money they try to, donate to the temple construction, hospital construction, all they do this. That means one side acting like, they are doing great and social work to the humanity. The other side, they are trying to earn the money in an illegal manner. So this is called mixed karma, friends. So try to understand this. Then goes to the other way of classification of these karmas is sanchita karmas, prarabdha karmas, agami karmas. Let's understand briefly about this. What are sanchita karmas, friends? So we have taken, as I mentioned, we take roughly about 350 to 400 lives in order to get moksha, liberation on this from this earth plane. In order to become a infinite soul, we take about 350 to 400 lives, I mentioned in the earlier times. So now, when you are going through all these lifetimes, friends, you create lot of experiences, you do lot of karmas and their results will also be experienced. So the summation of all these past life karmas, whatever the previous lives you have taken, okay, you have taken birth and, birth and death, you have continued, and you have taken lot of the previous birth, the summation of the karmas and their effects in all those past life, nothing but in a sanchita karma. That means we have done a lot of karmas in the past life. So it doesn't go, you can't escape, friends. That's what law of karma teaches you. It's going to teach you today. You can't escape any karma what you do. Whether you are thinking or you are thinking negatively, or you're thinking wrongly other person, or you are trying to act, you are doing some physical violence to other person, or you are trying to use wrong words for in order to scold other person. All this comes, of course, sometimes they are required in order to get a discipline. For example, you are scolding your children. So in order to get to be in the disciplined state, right? That is not negative karma. So it's a part and parcel of your duty. What you are trying to bring up your children is by scolding him, or by making him to realize you are putting him in the disciplined manner. So that's not negative karma, friends. Similarly, for example, we are walking on the ground. Then unknowingly, what happens? Some ants will come. They fall under our foot. They'll get die. So this is also not going to be a negative karma. We are not done anything intentionally, friends. Anything knowingly, if you do, that becomes a negative karma, friends. Similarly, for example, I am going on the road. I am driving my vehicle, like I am going in a certain speed. Suddenly, what happens? One dog will come and hit, and then it falls under the the my vehicle, and then it get died. So it will die. So what will happen here now? So it's not a negative karma. You have not done anything intentionally. It has come and it has fallen under your vehicle and it has died. So actually, that is its own karma. So but it doesn't come as a negative karma to you, because you have not done intentionally. You have no intention in order to do the task. Anything if you do knowingly, having that idea, having that intellect, if you are knowing that thing, you are going to perform that, then that will become a negative karma. Without intention, it doesn't become a negative karma, friends. So somehow, let's understand. So sanchita karmas, that means all the past life karmas, accumulation of all the past life karmas, summation of all past life karmas is called sanchita karma. What is prarabdha karma? Friends, what happens is, prarabdha karma means whatever you are experiencing the karmas now. So they are called prarabdha karmas. So friends, many times you try to understand. So whatever so many number of sanchita karma means a baggage. It's a baggage of entire past life karmas. You can't experience them in one lifetime, friends. Because suppose in case one person, one particular soul, you might have taken 250, 300 lives. So summation of so many karmas. In every lifetime, you do good deeds, bad deeds, good karmas, bad karmas, all that will happen, right? So some of all those things you can't experience in one particular lifetime. So there is a rule. So almost like 20% of your past life karmas you are going to experience in next life. You're not going to experience the entire past life karmas of all 100 lives. You can't experience in one life. So that you can't bear it. So that's how the soul plan is. That's how the supreme intelligence has created such a way that you may be experiencing 20% of your all the sanchita karmas in the current life. They are called prarabdha karmas. That's how you are going to experience, friends. So let me give an example how you are going to experience the prarabdha karmas. For example, you are going through your life. So all of suddenly you got some disease. Otherwise, so you're going through your business life, or you're doing some business, or kind of a whatever the profession you are into, you get huge financial losses. Though you have planned it, though you are doing it right manner, though you are eating good food and everything is happening, all of a sudden you got attacked with a one kind of a dreadful disease, maybe a cancer, for example. Some people get cancer, though they are vegetarian and everything was there. So they are vegetarian, at least some extent of good food they are taking, but suddenly they felt the cancer. I mean, they experienced the cancer disease inside their body. How it's happening, friends? So this is nothing but the past life karma you are undergoing. So you are undergoing the past life karma. That is why. So on particular point of time, maybe you are taken a birth, maybe at the middle age or little older age, it get and hit with you. It hit you. That means your physical body, getting manifested. That particular karma, the past life karma, it was there in your energy body, friends. Because you don't know mechanism how to purify your energy body, right? You don't have meditation or spiritual wisdom with you, then you can't purify that karma, bad karma, which is existing within your energy body. It was there. You can cleanse it with the help of meditation, but you don't know that. Before knowing this spiritual wisdom, spirituality, what will happen? You must get that cancer. Otherwise, if you are a meditator or if you are a spiritual person, you can wipe out that particular disease also. You don't. That's why. So that's what the next point I'm going to come to. So that means your destiny also can change. So the cancer which is supposed to come to you, you can wipe out if you know meditation, if you know the spirituality. That's how the great benefit of spirituality or spiritual wisdom. So now, so suddenly you got a cancer. So you need to understand this is a prarabdha karma given by nature in order to experience. So that's why, friends, try to understand. To experience any karma and its effect from the past life, you need the physical body. And again, I'm telling you, so it is a great, gift, or you can say the great kindness of the supreme intelligence. He give your physical body to you all the time in order to learn and grow, in order to experience all your past life karmas. You pay back. You pay back. Whatever you have taken, pay back. Even from Mother Earth, we take a lot of food. Everything. Every day we eat food. From where we take? We take the from Mother Earth, right? Actually, it's also a karma, but it doesn't fall under the negative karma or whatever, friends. What happened? The law of nature is to give you. So it doesn't matter how much of food you are taking in a proper way. So that's all the great help done by the nature. So somehow, so let's understand prarabdha karma means whatever you are experiencing all of a sudden, at one point of your life, so you are going to experience some karmas, negative karmas. They are called prarabdha karmas. Every minute you are going through all these prarabdha karmas, friends. So whatever you plan, the result will not be as it is. For example, you do good deed now, so you don't need to get a good result immediately, friends. So the result will be not in your hands. Only you have a choice to select the work. You have no choice to select the result, friends. That's also you need to understand. So anyway, so that's called prarabdha karmas are the karmas taken. 20% of sanchita karmas is equal to prarabdha karmas. Prarabdha karmas we are experiencing as of now in the current life, they're all called prarabdha karmas. Next thing is agami karma. So when you are experiencing this current life, friends, so when you are going through the current life, we also try to do some new karmas. So the new karmas and the new works, new deeds we do. So these are classified as a agami karma. We are going to create some more karmas now. By going through the entire life, we are going to create some more new karmas, which are called agami karmas. Okay, so this is how you need to understand these three types of karmas. So now let's understand what is the karmic provision, friends. I already explained you. If you do good, you'll get the good result. If you do bad, you get the bad results. So likewise, what happens is we have a free will. As I told you, the human being has got gifted by free will. You can choose the good will. You can always choose whatever the work you want to do. You can definitely choose. So that's how what happened. If you choose the good work, so definitely you can get the good results. So that's how what will happen. We can choose the particular work and we get the good results. So in the karmic provision, as a part of karmic provision, what is provided is if you do good work, you get the good result. If you do bad work, you get the bad results. So definitely what will happen is everybody has to do something without being idle in order to even physical body. For example, physical body needs good food, right? In order to get the good food, you have to work and earn. So likewise, even to our physical body to sustain, we need to do some karma, we need to do some work. Without that, you can't survive on the earth planet. Right. So let's understand what is karmic footprints, friends. So you need to understand this concept. So what is karmic footprints? Our karmic footprint is summation of our thoughts, feelings, and actions. As a human, as a human community, do the great deeds, and then it will create the great footprint on this earth planet, and the results of such karma stays permanently for the centuries on the earth. So that will leave a great truthful message to the next generation. Friends, try to understand what is footprint. As a whole humanity, as it's a community, the human beings is one community. So what will happen is we try to do a lot of thinkings, lot of feelings, lot of works together also we do, right? So or otherwise a particular person he come to that, like let's say Mahatma Gandhi, he came to that planet, and he led his life such a way that, so with his own karmas, with his own great karmas or miraculous karmas, he tried, he fight for the freedom, then finally he achieved it. So that's how what happened is he done a miraculous deed, miraculous karma. We also get a miraculous result such a way that we got the freedom non-violent way for the India. So that's how what happened, friends. He created a great footprint on the earth planet, on the especially to India. He has left his own footprint here, and then that footprint is remembered for continuous generations. All the now also, even though he is physically not alive, but we always try to remember. We celebrate his birthday on October 2nd. So that's how, friends, what happens is you create a great footprint on the earth planet by doing the great karmas, or by doing the good karmas. What will happen is you are going to create the kind of a footprint. That same way, similarly, what happens is now as a human community, the entire human community also, you can do the great good karmas, or the great positive karmas you can do such a way, friends. Now the atmosphere, especially the global warming happened, the entire nature is disturbed. So such a way is going on. We are going through the tough times with respect to the nature. Every one of us know that. So then what will happen? As the human community, what you need to resort to it, just plan the action. Plant the number of trees. You try to grow the number of trees, increase the plantation on that planet. That's how we have done. A heavy deforestation has been done, which I explained in the earlier times. But in order to bring back the glory of this planet Earth, we need to make the vegetation, more and more vegetation, improve the plantation. So that's how, that is the one good karma. Every one of us as a community, we can commit. So once we commit that, what happened? The status of the planet Earth becomes so green, and then what will happen? It becomes a green planet. Then it gives the lease of life for so many generations to come. So what will happen now? Because of our misdeeds and the great negative karmas, what we have done is we have polluted the water, we have polluted the air, we have polluted the soil, and now we have polluted the entire atmosphere, friends. Now the ozone layer itself is at risk. Try to understand, because of this global warming, what happened now. So we are going to be at the great risk now. We are at the great risk, friends. So we are at the great risk such a way that we are going to be, suffered with a great amount of calamities, floods, earthquakes. Many things are going to happen because of our own mistakes. The human community has done a great mistakes, my dear friends. Instead of that, you commit for the entire humanity as to decide, as to resolve, in order to do the great karmas and leave the great footprint on this earth planet, such a way that go and do the lot of plantation. Then what will happen? Slowly, the effects will start in the future generation. The next generation is going to take that benefits from us, and that gives a truthful message. It leaves a truthful and great message to the next generations to come. So that's called karmic footprint, my friend. Similarly, karmic returns. Friends, so whatever we do here, it will be having definitely the returns. That's called returns. Our intentions and actions causes the returns we get. The results occurs in a sequence manner. Friends, try to understand, if you do one work now, the result may not come immediately. For example, a student has written the examination today. So you can't get the examination result immediately after 1 hour or 2 hours. It may come after 4 days, 5 days. It takes its own time, right? So because in the school they have provision to do evaluation, all these things, marks evaluation, everything they do in their own passion. Similarly, if you do one karma in the nature, in your life, what will happen? The result of it is calculated and provide you, after 1 week, after 1 year, or the next life also possible. If it is a short karma, you'll get a short results. So for example, you are at an examination, you get in a 5-6 days marks. Similarly, if you do some kind of a good karma, helping other person today, what happened is you have done a good karma to other person. Then the result of it you may experience now, you may experience in the next life. Whenever you are going to the next life, somehow in the next life, when you are at the difficulty, somebody comes and help you. It means that why he came and helped you, the reason is you have done a help to other person in the previous life or in the current life. The next life you are going to receive that help. So that's how the results are going to be in the sequence. It is not immediate, friends. Now, the sequence of results or returns may be as per the kind of karmas. Current karmas, accumulated karmas, I explained you. So you may do good the good work, but you may get bad result also. This is also there. So this also need to understand properly. The law of karma explains you that you do good karma now, you get a bad results. You may not get the good result immediately. The reason here is what you need to take the full understanding that. So the bad result is not because of this good karma. The bad result is because of, so if suppose for example you went and donated some good amount of money to the one temple or a charitable trust, then what happened? They get that huge sum, then they can really implement good things to the humanity. So that all the good works will happen because of your own donation, your own help, right? That's good karma you have done. But next year, other day, so one of your child or one of your spouse or what maybe, they get a ill health. Suddenly they get a ill health. Then you should not equate this good karma with that bad result. Never equate that. Never compare that. So this good karma is all it's separate. The bad result, what you got, what you have noticed in your family, that is because of the past life karma of that person, of your own past life karmas. You have to suffer. You have to experience that. You have to go through all that, friends. So that's how you need to understand, right? So if there is a result without any cause, then it must be a previous life cause. If there is a cause without any result, it will be a next birth. It will be happening in the next birth. So try to understand this also. So that means if there is a result, for example, you got result, you got a great success in this life, right? But so you never done such a kind of effort. You did not do such kind of a deed where you are not eligible to get that kind of result, but you are getting it. That means it is not the current deeds what you have done, it is the past deeds what you have done, past karmas what you have done, the result of that good karmas you are experiencing today. So that's how many of times we are surprised. We are surprised that we achieved something great success or great health or whatever it may be. It's all because of there's a cause in the past life, that is the result you are taking today. At the same time, for example, you have done a wrong deed today. You don't have result today. That means you don't understand that you have done a wrong deed now. Result is not there. That doesn't mean the result is not there. Result is not going to be there in the next life. Or when it comes to due, it comes in the next life, right? Next birth, it will happen. So without definitely it will happen. You can't escape out of it. That's what law of karma, right? So this is what you need to understand, friends. Now, what will happen is whenever you do any karma, whatever the karmas you do in a mind or using words or using your own the physical activities, what you do with all these things, what happen? It creates some kind of a debts. Okay, so all the karmas, whatever you perform, right? Whatever you perform, it creates some kind of a debts. So without debt, nothing will be there. So that means what will happen is, so every karma will create some kind of a debt. So debt means what? So try to understand. You have done some karmas, right? You have done some karmas, and the results of that you have not experienced yet. So, for example, you have done some mistake, or you have done some hurting of one person. You have done the hurt to the other person. You hurted him physically, or you hit him, or otherwise you hurted him, mentally with your own verbal language. You hurted him, but the result of it you are not yet taken. You are not yet experienced the result. Yeah, definitely you are going to experience this life or next life. So the things, the results of that, the experience of these karmas, you have not yet experienced it, you have not yet gone through that. Those are called karmic debt. The debt means what? It is yet to be experienced, friends. So that will definitely happen. So it's going to happen this lifetime or next lifetime. So you need to understand there is a karmic debt for every karma you perform on the earth planet. Right. So now also understand karmic bondage. What is karmic bondage? Every karma or action creates a bondage. Right. So what will happen is this karmic debt, whatever we understood karmic debt, the unexperienced the results of the karmas what you perform, that's called a karmic debt. So it creates the bondage. Definitely it creates the bondage. You will not be out of the bondage. You have to suffer. You have to go through that. For example, try to take a one children become by birth itself you become blind, or somebody became a king, somebody became a beggar. All these are different roles for the soul. So we are, as a soul, we go through all the different roles, friends. So all that will be chosen by ourselves in the upper planes of the existence. In other words, we already discussed in the previous times. So now what happened is, here we need to understand one thing is, the bondage is certain, the bondage is going to happen. You are not going to come out of the bondage because of your own past karmas. For example, so in a past life you have done a great mistake, or you have murdered somebody, or you have done a great hurting for other person, what will happen this lifetime? By birth itself became a blind. You don't have eyes. You have to go through that. You have to go through that entire life with the blind, the blind nature of your eyes. Then you will suffer. Of course, in the suffering, you will pay back, you will be paying back that karma also. You'll be clearing the debt. That's called karmic debt. You are going to clear that. So that's always good to go through the entire life. So that is why what happens is, if you understand the law of karma and the doctrine of karma, then what will happen is your suffering will go away from your inside, my dear friends. Because many people will be thinking, why I'm suffering? I'm a good person. I'm a good good human being now. In the current life, still I'm suffering. Yes, there is a reason for it. That is called previous life karmas. Many times, friends, try to understand. So whenever you get a good results, you try to, what you say, you try to boast yourself. That because of mine, because of my own talent, I got the great results. I got the success. Whenever you lost something, whenever you suffered, what happened? You try to blame others, or you try to blame the God. So actually, you are not going to blame anybody. You are not going to blame. As per law of karma, the great law of karma, what you need to blame is your own past lives. You have to replace the God is equal to past life karmas. Your destiny, your current destiny is going to be designed by your past life karmas. That means the entire current life is designed by past life karmas, friends. There's nothing else here. You don't need to blame anybody. You don't need to blame the God also. God is equal to your past life karmas. That's why many times, going approaching astrologer, asking for, what may happen in my future, what is happening with me now. All this is not required. What you do is, in the current life, do the good deeds, do the meditation, and right spiritual practice you do. Slowly, the current life, what happen? You start doing less number of negative karmas, then your future life will be much better. And of course, what is the solution for your previous life karmas then? The current life you can correct, as I told you right now. So lead the good holistic lifestyle, and do not resort to any kind of violence, and also do the great good karmas and great karmas. Always help others. Try to help whatever you can. At the same time, try to do meditation, increase your spiritual wisdom, and try to understand yourself first. Who are you? Who am I? All this understanding, you take it. Then what will happen? You'll become a friend to everybody. You'll be kind of a friend, and you become the great human being. And then your next life will be much more designed. Who is designing next life, friends? You're only designing now. Whatever you are doing now, that is the stepping stone for the next life. There's nothing new comes, friends. So always try to remember, whatever happens before death, the next same thing after death also, the same thing continues in other worlds. Suppose you are a drinker in this current life. You died because of heavy drinking. Then next after the death, what happened? You go to the upper world. There also started drinking. Try to understand until you realize there. So that means that it's not going to give any kind of a good effect for my physical body. There's no physical body there. You may start drinking there also after going to the upper world for some more time. Then slowly you realize that there's no physical body itself. Then slowly you will come out of that. So when you come out of that, then you go to the next world. So likewise, friends, what happened? Whatever you do today, the tomorrow is the continuation of today. The next day after tomorrow is the continuation of tomorrow. So that's why be careful about the current life, at least. The next life will be much better. You can design the next life in a more appropriate way, and you can live the joyful life in the next life, at least. But then what is the solution for the past life karmas? That's I will try to explain you. So that we are going to detailedly discuss. So how we will come out of the past life karmas? That's very essential now. We need to understand that, right? Friends, now that's what I told you. The karmic bondage is everywhere. It is created, and you need to go through that. Okay, without going to that, you cannot escape. Okay, so now there is an escaping mechanism also, which I trying to explain you. The current life, whatever you do, right? So with that, you can escape the current life karmas. The past life karmas, how to escape that? How to escape out of it? That means how to come out of this karmic bondage. One thing is karmic debt, you must experience, you have to pay back whatever you have taken, whatever you have done the deed, you have to pay back the debt, of course. So the karmic bondage is how to come out of this bondage. Okay, this karma, that means the karma and it affects, and it's continuously giving birth, friends. So that means, of course, taking birth is also essential in order to learn and grow. But at the same time, so you are taking more and more negative karmas you are doing without understanding law of karma. So one is not understanding the law of karma. You will keep generating a lot of negative tasks and negative karmas. Then what will happen? If number of births which you are taking on the earth planet or the physical plane keep increasing. For example, somebody can finish the job, finish the entire the cycle of birth and death within 200 lives. If you are so, if you are so interested, and if you are trying to grow the spirituality and spiritual wisdom, and you become an intelligent being, what happen? You try to finish all the number of births within 200 births. You can complete the cycle and then become an infinite soul. You can go and join with the creatorship, friends. So that's what happens. It has done in many of the lifetime. Many of the other great masters have done that. Similarly, we also can choose that. It all depends on you. In the current life, you can choose it. Today you choose it. I want to end this cycle of birth and death. I want to end this cycle. Maybe this time of next life, or with next 10 lives, I want to finish it. Once you take a decision, what will happen? That's called the law of rapid progression. Yesterday we discussed the part of law of rapid progression. The part of rapid progression, you are adding the yoga, you're adding meditation, you're adding spiritual wisdom, then the progression will be faster for your soul. Similarly, you decide what you want to do. In this lifetime itself, you want to achieve the state of enlightenment, self-realization is very much possible, friends. Only thing is your decision you have to take. What kind of karmas you want to accomplish. Do the good karmas, do the great sadhana, then you can definitely become a self-realized soul. You don't need to take again so many births to learn this wisdom. So many births are not required. So many births means like, instead of taking 400 births, you can cut short. Within 200 births, you can come out of this. You can become an enlightened soul. So that's very much possible. Anyway, let's understand how to come out of this past life karmas. That's very important for all of us to understand. So, friends, two things are there in order to get a karmic relief. It's called karmic relief. One is niskama karma. Second one is self-realization. What is niskama karma? To escape the karmic effect of current life. So I told you already how to come out of this current life karmas. Okay, so that's called niskama karma. What is niskama karma? Friends, any activity or any task you do not expect the result of it. Okay, leave the result to the my almighty or the nature. Don't worry about the result. Do your work. Okay, do your work properly, put your all effort properly. The result you leave it to the nature. The result will come. The result will definitely bound to come. But whether it comes this life or next life doesn't matter. You leave the result, don't worry about the result, don't get attached to the result. Okay, so that is called niskama karma. If you do the niskama karma in the whole lifetime, this current life at least, this whole lifetime. For example, you're trying to help other person. What you do by helping other person, you in turn expect something back. Always like this happens. No, in the physical life, what happens? You are giving 100 rupees to other person. You try to expect in some other later time the 100 rupees back, or 100 plus 10 rupees you want to expect back. So that's how you do. But if you do like that, then you cannot come out of the current life karmas. Definitely you cannot come out of the current life karmas. So that's not possible. Only the possibility is karma pala tyaga. What is the karma pala tyaga? You do the karma. You are leaving the result or effect of that karma to the almighty or to the nature. That is called karma pala tyaga. Once you get the karma pala tyaga, you will come out of this karmic bondage. You will come out of the karmic bondage. You have no more karmic debt in this current life at least, so that the next life is designed as per your wish and will, your own free will. How you want to design the next life, it is definitely going to achieve. You are going to achieve it without any doubt. So this following the niskama karma in the current life, friends. So that is the solution for your current life. The other one is self-realization. Let's discuss self-realization. What is the importance of self-realization, friends? Self-realization in this current life, everyone need to achieve, because to come out of the all past life karmas. See, you have done past life karmas, you have done a negative karmas in the past life. You don't know, you have done it, unknowingly, you don't have much wisdom, spiritual wisdom. So hence you have committed great negative karmas. You have killed somebody, you have hurted somebody, you cheated somebody. So many negative karmas you have done. Of course, along with some positive karmas, because of for your own family, for your own business sake, for your selfishness, whatever it may be, because of Arisat Vargas present in everybody's life, in every lifetime, it is present always with us. So what happened is you have done some negative karmas, definitely you are resorted, right? Now, how to come out of that? The solution for it is get self-realization. What is the meaning of self-realization? Right, let's understand. So I am not this physical body, I am the soul consciousness. I am the pure soul consciousness. You need to understand that. When you understand that, what happened, then what will happen? By achieving that understanding of your true nature, once you get an understanding, what will happen is you will definitely come out of all the past life karmas. Whatever the past life karmas may be, whatever the dreadful it may be. Let me give an example. So Valmiki, right? Take an example of Valmiki. What happened? So he was a hunter. he is a hunter for the animals. He was hunting for his himself, for his own family food, right? He was doing it. Then what happened is somehow he got a guru. He taught him, it's not the way. You sit and practice meditation, do some sadhana. Then by going through the sadhana, by doing all this great wisdom, what happened is he became a Valmiki. He wrote the Ramayana, the great epic of India, the great epic. He has written it. Okay, that's how, friends. Everybody, even every one person can definitely become a Valmiki like that. So only because of your own practice of meditation, your own sadhana, you must go through the sadhana. Without sadhana, all your inner, all these arrested vargas cannot be win over. At the same time, you cannot purify yourself. You cannot purify your inner. If you want to purify your inner, how much ever education you take it outside, can it be a satsang? Can it be a swadhyaya? It also helps. But without your sadhana, you can never transform yourself. Try to understand this. With your own sadhana, your own practice of meditation, you realize that you will come out of your physical body many times because of your own practice of meditation. And you understand that you are not the physical body. You are something else. Okay? You are the soul consciousness. You are living in this physical body. When you get real understanding of your own true self, then what will happen is you will come out of all the past life karmas. You became a Brahmagnani. You get an enlightenment, you get the samadhi sthiti, parents. So because of only through meditation this is possible. So that's why we call the Bhagavad Gita Jnana Agni Dagda Karmani. That means all your past life karmas will be burnt away by using your own wisdom, by getting the wisdom of your own soul. That means the soul wisdom, once you get it, you once you get enlightened, once you get self-realization, definitely you are going to burn all the past life karmas, my dear friends. So that's how that's the only way to come out of the past life karmas. Okay, so this is what the conclusion is, friends. So meditation is the only path in order to come out of the cycle of birth and rebirth. Okay, birth and death, friends. To come out of the cycle of birth and death is called reincarnation. So to come out of this karmic cycle, so one must do meditation, one must get the more and more spiritual wisdom. Then you will become a infinite soul, you become a enlightened soul, friends. So now let's start the meditation. Okay, let's start the meditation today. Yes, let's go to the meditation. So who already know the meditation, start practicing meditation. Who doesn't know, follow my guidelines. Start sitting in meditation. Close your eyes. Switch off your lights around you. Sit comfortably. Sthira Sukha Asana. Sukhamaya Pranayama. Sit comfortably on the chair, on the floor, on the bed, wherever it is. Sit comfortably, having a Sukhasana. Cross your fingers into fingers. Cross your feet. Close your eyes now. Remove your spectacles. Close your eyes. Start observing your natural breath. Natural, simple breath. Coming in, going out. Coming in, going out. Just keep observation on that. This is Sukhamaya Pranayama. Sukhamaya Pranayama. Keep observing it. Keep observing it. If you get any thoughts, do not go with the thoughts. Cut the thoughts, come back to the breath observation. Then the thought will disappear. If again thought comes, again cut the thought, come back to your breath observation consciously. Thought will go out. Likewise, number of thoughts keeps decreasing. The gap between one thought and another thought keep decreasing. The gap between one thought to other thought, that is nothing but you, your own consciousness. That is your true form. Whatever exists between one thought and another thought, that gap, that space is nothing but you. You are existing there. Your soul, pure consciousness existing there. To experience that gap more and more, you need to practice more and more meditation. When you practice that more and more meditation, you can experience that gap, the space between one thought and other thought, predominantly. That's what everybody must achieve in the current life. We need to achieve that. When you achieve the empty state of mind, then whatever we do the karmas, they become niskama karmas. Out of the great wisdom, out of the great sadhana, you achieve highest amount of energy, the cosmic energy. You get a realization. You also get the self-realization, the practice of meditation. Then whatever the karmas you do, that doesn't create any karmic debt or karmic bandage. Then you can go out of karmic cycle of birth and death. There is no more reincarnation for you on this earth planet once you get self-realization. If at all you are decided to come to the earth planet, you are coming to here to serve the humanity, not in order to do the karmas, any more karmas. You are out of this birth and death cycle once you got enlightened. Only you visit the earth planet after realization for the sake of service to the humanity. Hence, we need to get self-realization through the practice of deep meditation all the time, everywhere, anywhere, throughout the life. That's only the solution for the current humanity to come out of the all past life karmas and the current life karmas. Observe your breath, natural breath. Keep observing your natural breath. Last 2 minutes, final 2 minutes of meditation. Be with your natural breath. Do not open the eyes. Final 1 minute, last 1 minute of meditation. Last 30 seconds, final 30 seconds. Be with your breath. Do not open the eyes. Last 10 seconds. Final 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Place both your hands on your eyes for 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Slowly take away your hands. Slowly open your eyes. Yes, friends, please come back. Right. is a polished, the part of holistic lifestyle. Let's discuss about spiritual farming, friends. So, what is spiritual farming? In a brief note, I will try to explain. If you want to understand very deeply about the spiritual farming topic, go to the videos in the Mahavatar TV or YouTube channel. You can find a detailed 2 hours class on the spiritual farming. Anybody is interested more about to know about spiritual farming and practice spiritual farming and to understand the benefits of spiritual farming, please go through that video. It's a design, it's a very much detailedly discussed by me for 2 hours time. Okay, so now let's understand briefly about spiritual farming. What is the current day's practice of farming, my dear friends? Why we need to discuss about spiritual farming? Because the farming practices in current days are totally damaged, or the wrong practices are going on currently. So you need to get awareness of that. In order to bring little awareness for you, so this is the topic which is planned today. So the current day's practice of farming, which is happening even around you. Of course, you are living in cities, or in the rural area, wherever it is. You try to notice the kind of wrong practices of farming is going on currently by farmers. Of course, unknowingly or knowingly, or otherwise due to the pressure, due to the various circumstances, and the government, the kind of the guidance coming from the government, the existing governments. So the farmers are resorting to the kind of practices of in the farming is purely chemical oriented. That means they use chemical for everything, friends. So if you go to the farm, so nowadays when you enter into the farm, you can't go into the farm, like maybe paddy. You go to the paddy field where you have to close your nose and go inside. Such a kind of so that kind of farming is going on. That means they put a lot of chemical fertilizers and pesticides. So other than pesticides and fertilizers, nothing is going on, friends. So take care of this. So you understand this. Once you understand, that means what are the kind of fertilizers and pesticides they are throwing onto the and they are putting into the farm or a crop. What happened? That comes in the part of harvest. Once you take a harvest, the yield of the particular crop will also have the residues of this chemical, whatever the chemicals they spray for the the crop, and all the residues will be there very much in that chemical in that crop. So then you eat that harvest, or eat that yield of the crop. Then what will happen? That food, when you are taking in the form of food, it goes inside your stomach. That means inside your physical body. Then what will happen? It's going to cause a lot of danger inside your own body. It's going to create a lot of diseases. Basically, what happens? It creates a lot of hormonal imbalance, and also it tries to kill a lot of positive bacteria, and then your immunity will get down. So when the immunity got down, what happens? When the immunity deficiency happens, what happens? Lot of other diseases will attack to you, your physical body. So that's how what happened. These chemical practices, what they are doing is chemical farming. Purely the current days agriculture or farming is chemical farming. What the food you are getting from the onto your plate, whatever you have purchased, whatever you are growing, the farmers are growing, the food which is coming onto the plate is a poison, my friends. It's nothing but a poison. So that is why be careful about it. Try to understand what are the best practices in the spiritual, like in the farming. So try to adopt them. If you are doing practicing of farming, you're already doing farming, try to adopt these farmings, what I try to explain here, and go through my video also in the Mahavatar TV to have a detailed explanation. Otherwise, also try to understand yourself, what kind of food you need to buy from the market. Okay, so try to buy from the market what are the food. You're not a farmer, you're a consumer, but try to buy the products or the food products which are coming out of the spiritual farming or so-called natural farming. So let's understand what is spiritual farming. Friends, the spiritual farming essentially what it's going to do is it is going to integrate all the spiritual practices, the values into it. So that means for the agriculture, what they need to use is whatever the sustainable things, like what is available around you, around your own your own local area. Whatever is available, they must use it. They must not use any chemicals. They must not use any pesticides, right? So that is called a spiritual farming, you can say, or you can say a natural farming. What is natural? Of course, there are many varieties also there. Natural farming, kadu krishi, that is the jungle farming. So there are many types are there. But let's understand very in a simple note, spiritual farming or a natural farming. works with the only the things or ingredient for the farming is which are available only within your vicinity, within your local area. You don't need to buy anything from the market, from the corporate companies in order to grow your crop. Okay, so that's how the spiritual farming, right? It should definitely work in a sustainable way, friends. Sustainable way for yourself, sustainable way for the nature also. So you should not damage the nature. So actually, this spiritual farming, I added this topic purposefully. There is a law of karma is also happening here. What is the law of karma? How it attracts into the spiritual farming? So try to understand that. You can understand deeply with my video, but I will briefly explain you. The law of karma is happening very much here. That is why the farmer is suffering today. The farmer is suffering knowingly or unknowingly. He is suffering a lot. How is suffering? Because what it does is you go and take, you purchase the chemical fertilizers or pesticides, you go and put into the crop. That means he will try to spray onto the crop. When he spray onto the crop, what happens? He try to kill many insects. Okay, killing insects is also not the good karma. It's a bad karma, friends. At the same time, because of this, the chemicals or the fertilizers, whatever chemical pesticides, the water is also contaminated. The water is contaminated, soil is contaminated. Inside the soil, there are earthworms and there are a lot of bacteria, positive bacteria, microorganism that also gets killed because of throwing these pesticides, especially in order to grow the crop. Of course, part of Green Revolution, we have introduced governments have introduced a lot of fertilizers and pesticides in order to get more production of the crop. So, but the intention is that. But what happened over the years, it has damaged many things. The entire ecosystem has been damaged, friends. What happens now? When you when you kill lot of insects, lot of life, which is depending upon the crops, right? At the same time, see, even the insects, even the birds, insects which come and eat some of the crop, right? So they're all created by God. Don't think that, they're all just accidentally they happen there. Okay. So they're all created by our own, our own Almighty. They created it. So what will happen? They also need food. Give the food, whatever little bit you do, whatever little bit food, give it to the birds, give it to the insects. Doesn't matter. They will not eat much. Okay. Nobody, no insect or no animal or no human being will go on eat the food, friends. Whatever is sufficient for their stomach, they will eat and they keep quiet. Okay, it doesn't matter. But what happened? Because of the greediness of the human being, the greediness of the farmers, what they do is they go and put a lot of chemicals. They want to throw out, they want to kill all the animals, all the insects which are depending upon that particular plants or a crop. Then they are resorting to the negative karma. Then in turn, what happens is they always get hit by all the like sudden rain will come. When the harvest is almost ready, they'll get the rain. The entire harvest is wiped out. You see now what's happening? The nature is creating as per law of karma. What happened? The law of karma says that there is a cause and there is effect. There is an action, there is an equal and opposite reaction as per Newton's law. So then what happens is you are going to get the kind of a negative effects will also happen to the farmer. The farmers are getting suicide because of they are not able to get the harvest properly. So that's why the law of karma, whatever the law of karma is there, so which is very much playing even in the farming also. Be careful about it. So that's what I discussed this at the length in my video in the YouTube. You can find it. Okay. Anyhow, so let's cut short. So what is zero budget natural farming? Is also one of the natural farming we are following in the most of the farmers now, friends. In Karnataka, especially, many of the farmers converted into the zero budget natural farming. That's also called spiritual farming. What does it mean? You don't need any budget. That means you don't need any money in order to grow the crops. Not much. Only one cow. The cow can help you to practice this zero budget natural farming for about 5 to 10 acres. One cow, one desi cow, not the other cows, English cows. Desi cow is going to help you in order to provide all the ingredients. Like the manure will provide all the pesticides can be prepared with the help of the cow ghee, the cow urine, curd, and the cow gobar. That is the cow dung. From all these things you can prepare the good amount of pesticides. The natural pesticides also you can prepare. So Jivastra, Garamruta, Jivamruta, Bijamruta, like that. All these things you can create. So with the help of this particular desi cow, you can farm the 5 to 10 acres land without any side effects, and it will give the kind of quality of the food which comes out of is natural, is very healthy, having the great amount of nutrients, friends. So that's why this zero budget natural farming is very essential. You try to buy the food which is coming out of this farming in most of the places, in many of the in all the states, of course, very much available now. It is growing rapidly definitely, I mean, it's going year by year, it's growing. So definitely you can get awareness if you search. Otherwise, if you ask, the related or the connected people to the farming, definitely they will tell you buy the products, or if you are a consumer, buy the food from this kind of the natural farming or zero budget natural farming or spiritual farming practices. The person who is founder of this zero budget natural farming is Subhash Palekar from Maharashtra. He is doing very much. He has propagated throughout the India front. He received the Padma Shri award also in the recent times. So such a great human being. He has really dwelt into this, and he has spent all his life, and many of the farmers have turned into the zero budget natural farming. Slowly they are coming out of the chemical farming. That's a good sign for us, and it's a great help to the it's a great sustainable future, the great help to the Mother Earth, friends, especially Mother Earth, and to the environment also, right? So let's understand this likewise, and also how to use the pyramids for the farming. So this also explained in my video. Please go through a detailed way, but one thing I can tell you, so using these pyramids just for the farming, for any natural farming, the part of natural farming, you don't need to even use any kind of other inputs for your farming. But if you place, one 6 feet by 6 feet pyramid, 2-3 pyramids, if you keep one in 1 acre, what will happen is it receives a lot of cosmic energy. With the cosmic energy, it is going to supply to the entire farm, whatever you are farming. Then I'll tell you, I can promise you, it will give the great amount of yield, such a way that so the crop will come so nicely, the qualitatively and quantitatively, and really is going to help the farmer to come out of all this, debts what he is taking, and to come out of all the financial crisis what is undergoing. And the farmer can become, a farmer can become into, and he can get into benefits and profits, and he can help the society, he can help himself also. What kind of food the farmer is eating, that. So though he is doing so much hard work, the kind of food what he is eating is substandard, and he is also getting diseases. When the farmer himself is getting diseases, how can you expect the good health with the other people who are the consumers, friends? So that is why be careful about these farming practices. So use the pyramids widely for the farming also. Is going to get great help to the farmer, and great help to the humanity, in order to have consume the right amount, right kind of food, and the quality kind of food, my dear friends. Now let's understand the other mudra, the final mudra, that is Surabhi mudra. Friends, as a part of mudra therapy, try to understand Surabhi mudra today. So what is Surabhi? Surabhi, you need to understand the meaning of Surabhi. Surabhi is the daughter of the Kamadhenu, that is our cow, Desi cow. Okay, so it's all connected. Today's topics are all connected each other. So now, so Desi cow, that's a Kamadhenu, is the daughter of that Kamadhenu is Surabhi. So what happens, friends? Kamadhenu is Kalpataru Kamadhenu. That means it's going to give all the whatever fortunes you wanted, whatever the dreams you have, whatever the wishes you have, everything gets fulfilled by practicing of this mudra, that is called Surabhi mudra. So Surabhi mudra is a little difficult to practice. With one hand, I will show you. So then you can practice yourself. Okay, but it has to practice with the two hands. At once, you need to practice at the two hands. See the first two fingers, these are index finger and middle finger, right? So these two are there. Now you have to cross them. You have to cross them. See, you have to cross them. At the same time, you have to cross this also. You have to cross this like this. It's difficult actually. You have to cross like this. And your thumbs must be apart. Your thumbs must be apart. Okay. Touch the tip of the opposite fingers. Okay. So first two fingers opposite. First two fingers opposite. See the opposite. Again, next two fingers also opposite. Next two fingers also opposite. So likewise, the four fingers, I'll just try to send the picture. Later, I'll try to send the picture. So it is like a forming the, the hurdle. The cow hurdle is there, no? The cow, whatever the hurdle is there, it creates a cow hurdle. And the thumbs must be apart. Thumbs must be apart. Okay. So likewise, right? So you need to do like this. You need to do like this. This is a mudra. This is a mudra. Okay. The thumbs must be apart. Crossing, first two fingers crossing each other. Next 2 fingers crossing each other. This is called Surabhi Mudra. Yes. Any difficulty, I will try to explain in the with the Mudra one picture I will try to send. So friends, so what are the great benefit of practicing this Mudra? Try to understand all your adrenal glands, your thyroid glands, pituitary glands, pineal glands get started functioning properly. That's a great benefit of this. And most of the other benefit is if you practice this Mudra every day 10-15 minutes for 15 days, your all dreams and wishes will be get fulfilled. Whatever you think in mind, it gets fulfilled. Okay. Even this mudra, support or attached with the Gayatri mantra is going to do a great help for you. That is also there. So other things like acidity is going to cure immediately. Acidity, whatever the acidity you are facing, the problem is going to be created immediately, cured immediately. And also all 3 doshas, Kapha, Vata, Pitta, doshas are going to be balanced or corrected properly. Also, the the development, great importance of this mudra, and especially it's got a great influence on your mind also, friends. So it is going to give you the power of thinking. More, the great power of thinking it will give. That's what I told you. I told you this. That's why this mudra is going to help your realization of all the dreams and wishes. Okay, so that's why this mudra is so essential in order to, especially to realize. That's why I'm told you in the beginning itself. I told you, Kamadhenu Kalpataru, the Surabhi. So it's going to fulfill your wishes and dreams because it gives you a lot of power to think. Okay, a lot of power to think, to think for your mind. Then it's going to help like that. So start practicing this mudra whenever you get time. This is Surabhi mudra. Okay, right. So let's go to the question and answers before closing the session. Yes. So any questions and answers, please ask, or otherwise share your experience, what you felt. Geetanjali?
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Good morning.
Sir, I have a question. Sir,
Yeah.
any mudra for joint pain?
Joint pains.
Yes, sir.
Joint
Knee
pains, what
joint.
happens is, you can
Yes,
use Prithvi Mudra, one thing, Prithvi Mudra.
Okay. Sir,
Prithvi Mudra.
you will teach in future or?
See, this is Prithvi Mudra.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can
Yes,
practice
yes,
this.
sir.
This is going to help you.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And any kind of a, the yesterday also we discussed, right? One more mudra, Merudanda Mudra. So,
Yes,
but
yes, yes.
what is a back pain, all this, back side, if you have any back pain, it will help, definitely.
Yes.
This Prithvi
Yes,
Mudra
sir.
is going to help for the joint pains, basically.
Yes, sir. Yeah, sure, sure. Thank you, sir. Sir,
Yeah.
today's session is a wonderful session because I know about the Sanchit Karma and Prarabdha Karma, about that. And I have a question always that how will we overcome that from our Prarabdha Karma? That I will know today that about this. So thank you very much, sir.
Right.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Yes. Momita?
Good morning, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Hello. Yeah, just want to know,
Yes.
if you give money to beggar and he use that money to buy liquor, so are
I think
you going to get that?
your voice was
Hello?
not, it was little low voice is there. Can you just
Okay.
repeat the
Just want to
question?
know.
Hmm.
Yeah. Just want to know if you give money to beggar
Hmm.
and if that beggar use that money to buy liquor.
Hmm.
So are you going to get that karma? Means you have given
No.
money for
No.
charity, but he misused that money.
No, it
So
doesn't give you any karma.
okay, fine.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. Right. Momita madam is there? Jayalakshmi madam?
Yes, namaskara.
Namaskara.
Very nice, very well explained. We are
Okay.
so blessed.
Okay. Right. Karma, law of karma theory. Okay.
How?
Karma Siddhanta.
Karma Siddhanta.
Yes.
ಅದಿಲ್ಲದೆ ನಾವಿಲ್ವೇ ಇಲ್ಲ.
ಹೌದು. So in detailed way, we have seen it because
ಹೌದು ಹೌದು ಹೌದು
got lot of things to understand.
ಇಲ್ಲ ಹಲವಾರು ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ಈ ಒಂದು ಇವ್ರು ಕೇಳಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ನಾವು ಒಂದು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಎಣಿಸಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಅದು ಆಗದಿದ್ರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಅದು ಕಷ್ಟಕರ್ಮ ಬಂದು ಒದಗತ್ತಾ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಸಂದೇಹ ಇದ್ದೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ನೀವು ತುಂಬಾ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ವಿವರಿಸಿದ್ರಿ.
Yes. So right. Good.
Thank you.
Right. Nanda Tiwari. Yes. Pushpa.
గుడ్ మార్నింగ్ సార్.
Good morning.
సార్ నిన్న చెప్పిన భగవద్గీతలో నాకు వాయిస్ వినిపించలేదు సార్ అసలు.
భగవద్గీత
సార్ చెప్పారు కదా సార్, అది నాకు వాయిస్ అస్సలు వినిపించలేదు. కాకపోతే అడిగితే ఏమనుకుంటారో అని నేను మాట్లాడలేదు ఇంకా.
మీరేం క్వశ్చన్ అడిగారు?
అదే సార్, అతిగా తిన్నా తక్కువ తిన్నా, అతిగా నిద్రపోయినా తక్కువగా నిద్రపోయినా యోగిగా వాళ్ళు అవ్వటం కష్టము అని చెప్పి అది ఎలా సార్ అని అడిగానండి నేను.
ఎందుకంటే ఇప్పుడు అతిగా తింటే అతిగా నిద్రపోతే ఏమవుతుందంటే ఫిజికల్ బాడీ డిస్టర్బ్ అవుతుంది. ఓకే, ఇప్పుడు అతిగా తిన్నారనుకోండి డైజెషన్ ప్రాబ్లం అవుతుంది. డైజెషన్ ప్రాబ్లం అయితే ఏమవుతుంది? డిసీజ్ స్టార్ట్ అవుతుంది, రోగాలు వస్తాయి. రోగాలు వస్తే ఫిజికల్ బాడీకి రోగాలు వస్తే ఏమవుతుంది? మైండ్ డిస్టర్బ్ అవుతుంది. ఇప్పుడు మైండ్ అయితే కరెక్ట్గా లేదో, ఫిజికల్ బాడీ అంటే మన దేహం సరిగా ఆరోగ్యం లేకపోతే మన యొక్క మానసిక ఆరోగ్యం దెబ్బతింటది. అప్పుడు ఏమవుతుందంటే మానసిక ఆరోగ్యం సరిగా లేకపోతే మీరు చేసే ప్రాక్టీస్ ఆఫ్ మెడిటేషన్ కానీ ధ్యానం కానీ సరిగా ఉండదు. అప్పుడు ఏమవుతుందంటే మీరు యోగాలో కానీ ధ్యానంలోకి పోవాలంటే కష్టం అవుతుంది, మీరు మాస్టర్ కాలేరు. కాబట్టి మితాహారము, యుక్తాహారము, హిత భాషణ ఇదెల్లా కూడా యుక్తాహార యుక్త భాషణ ఇవన్నీ కూడా చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్. ఒక యోగా ప్రాక్టీస్ కానీ ఒక ధ్యానం చేసే వాళ్ళకి చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్ ఇది. అంతే, దానివల్ల అలా చెప్పారు సార్. ఓకే, కాబట్టి మీ యొక్క ఆహారం నుంచి ఆరోగ్యం. ఓకే, మీ ఆహారం ఏమవుతుందంటే మీ దేహానికి ఆరోగ్యం ఆహారం అనుకోవచ్చు మీరు. ఆ యొక్క ఆహారం ఎక్కువైంది అనుకోండి, లిమిట్ దాటిపోతే ఎక్కువ అవుతుందంటే మీ యొక్క ఆరోగ్యం దెబ్బతింటుంది. అంటే మీ ఫిజికల్ దైహిక ఆరోగ్యం దెబ్బతింటే మానసిక ఆరోగ్యం కూడా ఇంపాక్ట్ అవుతుంది. అంటే అది కూడా దెబ్బతింటుంది. ఈ రెండు దెబ్బతిన్నప్పుడు మీరు ధ్యానంలో కూర్చోలేరు, మీరు యోగం చేయలేరు, ధ్యానం చేయలేరు. ఇప్పుడు ఎప్పుడైతే చేయలేమో మనం మాస్టర్గా తయారడానికి అవకాశమే ఉండదు అనమాట. అంటే మన యొక్క ఆధ్యాత్మిక మార్గం అనేటువంటిది కష్టమైపోతుంది. ఓకే, మనం అనుకున్నది ఏది చేయలేము. కాబట్టి మీరు ఎప్పుడైనా కానీ మాట్లాడడము యుక్తంగా మాట్లాడాలి, తినేది యుక్తంగా తినాలి. ఓకే, ఆలోచన కూడా యుక్తంగానే ఉండాలి. యుక్తాహార, యుక్త యోచన, యుక్త భాషణ, ఇది వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్. మితాహార, మిత భాషణ, మిత ఆలోచన, ఇవన్నీ కూడా అన్ని ఒక మధ్య మార్గంలో ఉండాలి. దట్స్ వాట్ సార్ హస్ టోల్డ్ యెస్టర్డే. ఎస్, అర్థమైందమ్మా?
అర్థమైంది సార్, థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్.
ఎస్, రైట్. సంగీత.
Namaste, sir.
నమస్తే అమ్మా.
Sir, I want to know, you said killing insect is also bad karma. So in home we put medicines for cleaning and all that. So
It is also bad karma only.
So
yes, you can use something. What you can do is you can try to use there are some natural repellents are there which you can try to use, or otherwise you try to release your thought with your own energy. You can try to work with that. Okay. So but definitely some small negative karma will be there, but you can balance it somewhere. You can balance it by doing some good karma some other place. What happens is nowadays people, they go on do the negative karma, they never balance it. How do you balance yourself? In the physical life, whenever you do some small negative karma some other place, you don't need to go and do the positive karma to the same person. For example, I have done a negative karma to you, right? In order to balance out, in order to wipe out, there are two practices I told you: niskama karma and self-realization. If not, what happens is you do negative karma to somebody, go and do the positive karma to some other person. Doesn't matter, because what happens is we are all soul consciousness. We are one and the same. We are nothing but God. We are pervading everywhere. If you do a small damage to some soul, if you do a great work to some other soul, what happens is that get neutralized. Okay, that karma get neutralized, you will come out of that. That's how you are doing small damage to the small insects which are running in your home and it's disturbing you. You have done something here, but try to do some good karma to some other place. Okay, some other place somewhere else to any soul. It can be human being, plant, or in a like animal, or whatever it may be. You can do some good karma to other life beings or soul beings. Then that get neutralized. Does it answer your question?
One more thing.
Yeah.
For study, we shout kids. We sometimes hit also. So they also get hurt. So that come also bad karma. That is also bad karma. We tell them for their good. So our intention is good, but naturally we are hurting them. So that also comes under bad karma.
That means hitting the children, you are telling.
Yeah.
Okay. See, hitting the
Whatever way
children,
we are hurting them, no?
yes. See, I'll tell you one thing. Physical violence, it may be physical violence you feel, but what will happen is, which is some extent allowed, but not to be in extreme condition. Okay. In order to put them into a disciplined manner, so a physical hitting may not be required. So at least, some kind of a small kind of a disciplined character, it will bring forward. But it should not hit like as if, it damages their, the inside, the peace, and they get into the physically tortured, or all these things are not essential. Okay. You can use some little harsh words in order to put them into discipline. Okay. So that as a mother, as a teacher, you are supposed to do that. Otherwise, what happens? Human being, the mind is so crazy. Okay, it doesn't work in a way that if you try to tame it in a proper way, sometimes it's required. Sometimes it's required. Do it, but it should be in a controlled manner. Should be in limited manner. Need not to be in extreme condition. Okay. Because it's going to give a good thing for them, right? See, you are doing this for small, the physical, not a physical violence actually. You are trying to threaten them. You are trying to put a harsh words. What happens is this is going to help them such a way they are going to come to the right track. Their life will be becoming better, and they study a lot, and they study further. Their studies will grow, and they become a best student and good student, and then you become a good adult also. So it's essential because at the age of child, you may not know everything. You know many things. He is not experienced in the life, so you may not know many things. So you can put him into order by doing small practices, not the extreme practices. Yes.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yes.
Very nice session, sir.
Yeah.
I get little bit tension because what I am doing and about life. So, but
Yes.
it is nice, new things I am learning. Thank you very much. And
Yes.
sir, when I'm doing meditation at night,
Yeah.
not daily, sometime, I feel kind of fear. I don't know what kind of fear, but kind of fear comes. So then I stop at that time. So I don't
Fear.
understand. I sleep.
What you do is fear means basically you are trying to get any kind of experiences, or you are getting a mental fear.
I don't understand. It's like some negative energies are there surrounding, or
No,
I
no,
don't understand
no.
what kind of fear it is, but fear kind of thing comes.
There is no
Not day,
question.
not regular, but
Don't worry. Don't worry. What you do is, see what will happen when you start in the beginning. When you close your eyes, many things happens. I told you some of the 7 experiences of meditation. Other than that, many things comes. It goes. It comes and goes. Only thing you need to do is be a practitioner, regular practitioner. Slowly, this whatever you are experiencing today or yesterday, it keep changing. Over the period, they all disappear. Try to understand this. Okay. If you don't practice because of small other experiences and all, if you stop, you are going to lose a big chunk. Okay. For a small thing, you are losing a big advantage or big benefit in the future. Okay. That's called self-enlightenment, self-realization, which is going to be an ultimate benefit in the whole lifetimes of our incarnation. Don't go away from that.
so
Small
I
things
need
will
to
happen.
continue this, no?
Yes,
When I'm feeling
continue.
this, I
Yes,
need to
continue.
continue till
Continue
okay.
that, no problem. So you
So,
just change your posture or something. So otherwise, sit in the other place and do, or sit before the tree or under the tree and do something, try to change something.
Okay.
But let's not go out of the meditation.
Excuse me?
Thank
Yeah.
you, sir.
Yes.
Excuse
Okay.
me?
Yeah.
I used to get similar, and I feel after analysis of my own happenings during meditation, this is nothing but anxiety syndrome. When you sit to meditate, we are not always calm, though it is required. Some days, because of the day's stress in the night, particularly when you sit to meditate, we carry a little anxiety momentum with us. So because of that anxiety syndrome, that fear sets in. If we understand that it is because of the anxiety, and get up, drink some water, go and sit in front of God, close your eyes, then start in a calm way, then that fear goes. That's what I have experienced.
Yes, that's a good thing. That's what I'm telling you. You need to change the posture. Go somewhere, sit under the tree, or nearby tree, or as you said, near the temple. Do some sort of changes you have to bring in. But one must not forget the practice of meditation.
Yes.
Then it will go out. Don't worry, it will go out.
These are all stages of transcending into proper state of elevation.
Yes, correct. All these are the roadblocks. Little bit happens. It happens. The roadblocks. Then slowly, what happens? You get into highway. Once you get into highway,
journey has to be continued.
Yes. So journey has to be continued, and then once you get into highway, it's a free flow. It's a fast express, express highway. Until then, you may have little roadblocks, humps will be there. So here and there, traffic will be halted. So you face all these things. Then you get to once you get into highway, that's the deep meditation state. Then everything happens. Right. So anybody else want to? Yes. Anybody else want to share? Okay. So thank you, friends. Thank you for joining the session.
Thank you very much.
We'll meet tomorrow.
Thank you,
Have
sir.
a great day, all of you.
Thank you.
Namaste.
Yes.
Thank you.